Hey guys, how's it going? It is Mr. Crayfish and welcome back to Vehicle Wednesday. Today we have some brand new changes with the Workstation. Now if you guys didn't download the last update, I added in a new block called the Workstation, and it is essentially the crafting table for vehicles, a feature that you guys have been asking for a very long time. So that update has been out for about a week now and you guys love it. I saw all your comments in the previous video. I also saw a ton of you guys sending tweets over on Twitter, and that makes me really happy. I love developing the vehicle mod and it's awesome to see that you guys enjoy what I've created. So to start this off, we are going to look at the Workstation from the previous update, and then we're going to take a look at the Workstation from the new update, just so I can show you guys what has changed and how it's better than the previous update. Alright, so here is the Workstation from the previous update. Let's go ahead, let's open this up right now, and you'll see inside here we have the GUI for crafting vehicles. And you might be thinking, you know, what else could really be added to this? Well, there's a lot of things that could be added, but let's take a look at how this works. So if we press this right arrow, we kind of just scroll through all the vehicles. We can also go back. We've got the craft button at the top left here. We've got the name of the vehicle at the top there, and we've also got the materials on the side. So this is kind of a little bit basic. There were some things that I wanted to add in the previous update, but unfortunately I did not have time. So that is the old Workstation. Let's go ahead, let's install the brand new update and see what the new additions and changes are. Alright, so I've installed the new update. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the brand new Workstation. Now, nothing has changed visually, it still has the same models. What has changed is mainly the GUI, and I've added in some new features to it. They're going to help with the crafting of vehicles. So let's open this up right now, and first of all, the first thing you'll notice is that the kind of layout of everything is a little bit different. So these arrows here are actually at the top now. They're also a little bit skinnier. We have the name of the vehicle at the top. The craft button that was at the top left here has now moved over to this right side panel over here, and I was able to pull this off because what I did is I actually reduced the amount of materials that show over on this side here, so I could actually have some components at the top of this right panel. Now you might notice under the craft button we have an item slot. We're going to get back to that in a second here. But below that we have a checkbox, and this here will make it so the material list below will only show the remaining materials. So let's say a vehicle requires 64 iron ingots. If you have 32 in your inventory and you were to click on show remaining, it will only show 32 remaining iron ingots instead of the 64 that was required to craft the vehicle. So it's helpful to know what's left over in the crafting process. Now there's a change here that you wouldn't notice because it only happens when you're scrolling through the vehicles, and that is an animation. So if we were to scroll right here on the vehicles, what's going to happen is that the vehicle's going to shrink and then it's going to grow back up with the next vehicle. As you can see, we now have the trailer. This is going to shrink and then it's going to grow back up into the sports plane, and I thought that was just a cool little thing to add in. Instead of like instantly going to the next vehicle, it would have a cool little animation. Now if you actually don't like this, you can go to the mod options, find the vehicle mod. Let's go ahead, find the vehicle mod. I think it's all the way, there it is at the bottom there. Click on config, go to client, display, and then there's an option here called Workstation animation. If you set that to false, basically that will turn off that animation just in case you don't like it, or maybe it just hurts your eyes somehow. I don't know how that would be possible, but if it does hurt your eyes, you can turn it off, and then when you actually do scroll through it, it won't have that animation playing. But personally, I like it, and I think I'm going to turn it back on. Alrighty, so we're going to craft a vehicle because I want to show off how this show remaining works, but I also want to show off what this item slot is here, because we haven't really shown that off yet. So let's just go ahead. We're going to grab some materials out right now. So 64 iron ingots. We'll just grab a bunch of the common materials that are needed to actually craft vehicles. Where is it? We need to grab some wheels out. We need to also grab out maybe some black wool for some seats. Is that all we really need? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think some require iron bars. We'll just grab that out. Alrighty, so these materials should be enough to create a moped. So let's go ahead, let's open this up right now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Crayfish. What's that down there? What's that panel? Well guys, I've basically introduced a new item that is involved in the crafting process of vehicles, because they weren't 100% final. The last update was just kind of, I was trying to get it out there for you guys so you can actually start crafting vehicles in survival mode. But this brand new update adds in a new item called a panel, and I'll show you guys how to craft that in a second here. But if we go ahead and we click on the show remaining checkbox here, have a look at this. So all the items will disappear because we actually have enough of those materials in our inventory that, you know, we don't need any more of them. We've already got enough of them, and we just have these 6 panels remaining. So let's go ahead, let's craft some of those panels right now, and it's actually really simple. So let's go ahead, grab out some, I think it's the white concrete, and then you're also going to need to get some, where is it? Some iron nuggets, and I'm pretty sure this is the recipe. So white concrete all along the middle there, and then the iron nuggets on the top and bottom, and that will give you a panel. Now that is actually supposed to give you more. I'll make sure I fix that before I release it, but it's supposed to give you 8 of them instead. So once you've gotten 6 of those panels, let's just go ahead and grab out some more of those. We should now be able to craft the moped, and as you can see, when we actually have the show remaining ticked and we've got all the materials, there should be no items in the list. And also the button here, the craft button, is actually now enabled. So if we wanted to, we could go ahead and actually craft the moped there. We'll do that. There we go. So we now have a vehicle crate with a moped. But back to the workstation here, and let's take a look at what this new item slot is. Now, you might already have an idea what it is, but basically, this new slot allows you to color your vehicle straight off the bat without having to use a spray can. Now, the spray can still works. You can color your vehicle after you have spawned it, but this here allows you to set the vehicle straight away. So all you simply have to do is actually just get a dye out of your choice. So let's go ahead, let's grab out maybe like the yellow here or something like that. And the cool thing is you can actually preview the color of the vehicle before you select it. So maybe you don't actually want the yellow because you decided it looks ugly. So if we were to pop this here, there we go, we've got a yellow moped, but I don't really want that. So let's go ahead, let's take that away. Let's go ahead, let's grab out another here. Let's get the lime out. Oh yes, that is what I was looking for. So as you can see, we can kind of just swap these in and out if you really wanted to. We can also shift click them just to do it a little bit faster. But you can preview the color of the vehicle before you craft it. Now we actually don't have 8 iron ingots. Let's go ahead, let's grab those remaining materials, and now we actually have enough. So just a little example of the remaining materials in action here. If we were to just to pop iron into our inventory here one by one, as you can see on the material list there, it is going down by 1. And let's go ahead, let's craft this lime moped. There we go. And let's go ahead, let's spawn this now. So we place this over here. As you can see, it's green, obviously. We'll place this one down too. That one's the one that wasn't colored. And yeah. So that is pretty much this update, guys. So if you guys have enjoyed this video so far, make sure you go ahead, snap that like button, show your support. I know there's a ton of you guys out there that like this video straight away, but if you're not one of those, I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate if you left a like on this video, and also subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all the latest updates that I do on my mods, because I do updates every single week. And you can also turn on the bell notifications if you definitely want to get notified when my videos go live. But that's pretty much wraps up this video today, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. The update to this mod is now available on my website, so link in the description below. If you happen to play around with this brand new update, don't hesitate to send me screenshots. I love to see you guys playing around with my mods, and if you do send me something, I might feature you on my feed. But that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.